Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our online class once again. So today we are going to continue with the chapter 15 of your history textbook, Non-Aligned Movement. In the previous video, we have discussed what is non-alignment and what are the reasons for the formation of this non-alignment movement and what are the various factors also responsible for the formation of this non-alignment movement. Today we are going to discuss about the Pancha Shield. Panch means what? Five. Okay, it is refers to five. And now Pancha Shield is actually refers to shield here is like principles or guidelines. Okay, so in 1954, India and China signed an agreement containing five principles of peaceful coexistence. These principles are collectively known as Pancha Shield, okay, and which later became the guidelines for not only India and China but for many other independent and neo-independent countries after the Second World War. Okay, now what are these five principles or what are the principles of the Pancha Shield which was being initiated by India and China in 1954? You have to remember that India and China in 1954 they were in good terms, but later this good term changed when China declared war on India in 1962. Okay, so mutual non-interference in each other's internal affairs. The first principle of this Pancha Shield is that there was a non-interference. Non-interference means what? Not interfering in one other's matter. Okay, now here actually it refers to non-interference means not interfering in the matters of one country, or the one country or the neighboring countries will not interfere into the political, social, economical or even defense matters of the other country. Okay, second principle kept forward is that mutual non-aggression. Now what do you mean by aggression? A kind of, it's again a kind of cold war. Okay, so if you are not happy with any of the thing achieved or done by your neighboring country, then automatically the first country will be, suppose India and China or India and Nepal we take. Okay, so suppose Nepal has achieved something and India becomes jealous of Nepal, and India thinks having a kind of aggression towards the Nepal and trying to find out what India can do or what India can improve or how India can overcome and show more powerful than the Nepal. Okay, so that kind of non-aggression sustains there. So here, according to the policy of the Pancha Shield, it's been mentioned very clearly that those members of the countries which are going to join in the non-alignment movement or becoming the members should not have any kind of mutual means one among each other, mutual aggression towards each other. Okay, now the quality is now the third point is that equality for mutual benefit. Okay, so now the countries, when you are not interfering with the political, social or economical matters of the neighboring countries, it doesn't mean that the country should completely stay aloof from the maintaining the good and the friendly relationships of the other country. Okay, so equality for mutual benefit. So here the principle Pancha Shield says that there should be equality if it is going to benefit one other country. Like in yesterday's video I have mentioned that suppose a country is having lot of resources. Suppose India is having very high and rich resources in cotton, and what we take and consume in our country, and more than that we have the resources extra, then it gets wasted, right? So it's you can think of exporting or by to helping those countries where this cotton as a natural resource is not available or available very less, or they have this shortage. Okay, it's a kind of equality, having the mutual benefit here. Again, that country, if it is having any excess of materials which they can produce in cheaper ways or in cheaper prices and they can sell in India, and people of lesser income can buy and purchase and use that, then that it is what you call it as a mutual benefit. Now here neither any of them is going to profit more or neither any of them is going to suffer the loss. Okay, now fourth point according to the Pancha Shield is that mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Okay, so mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity. Now it means what? You have the territorial means what? The boundary, the relay, the boundary, the geographical division, the borders. So no, that means if you have a mutual respect to the border of one country and the other country, then normally the country will not be trying to, overtake their land or their property, or without their country's permission, they will not, try to penetrate or go into the other country. Okay, like तारों के नीचे से जाना, छुप छुप के जाना, so trenches के नीचे से घुस के जाना, दूसरे country में जाना. So these type of things should not be done. Okay, or so according to the Pancha Shield, it is mentioned that there should not be there should be having a mutual respect for the boundaries, for the borders, and whatever you want to do, you do within the border of your country. No need to go and explore, or no need to try to overtake or capture the border or the area of the other country. Okay, then number 5, fifth principle of the Pancha Shield is that peaceful coexistence, maintaining a very peaceful coexistence. The overall aim of this non-alignment movement is to maintain peace, and United Nations itself has come with a lot of measures and steps to maintain the peace. So here it said that the peaceful coexistence, maintain having that, trying to, it's responsible of everyone, every country, that that we have to show the existence of the peace, isn't it? It's a responsible of each and every country. So as a result of that, if any country is trying to violate the rules, then it can create problem not only to that country, it can create the problem to the whole that system itself. Okay, so these 5 principles are called Pancha Shield, were given practical shape at a conference held in Bandung in Indonesia in April 1955. Okay, so this was actually set as an idea by India and China, and later in Bandung conference in Indonesia in the month of April 1955, this principles of Pancha Shield is officially adopted or accepted. Okay, and during this conference, many of the countries' representatives participated. Around 29 countries participated from Asia and Africa, including Philippines, Turkey, and South Vietnam, Communist China, and North Vietnam. Okay, so all these countries participated in this conference, and finally the concept or the ideology of the Pancha Shield is accepted. Now this conference is like all over the world, it's like a known conference, because the conference was presided over by the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, proud to be an Indian here, Chinese Prime Minister Chou En-lai. Okay, names are a little bit undigestible, so practice to pronounce it properly. Okay, so don't mention it as Chou En-lai. It's not chow mein and nothing, it's Chou En-lai. Okay, so there's a Chinese Prime Minister Chou En-lai, and Gamal Abdel Nasser is a Prime Minister, and later Prime Minister of the Egypt. Okay, so these 3 important persons, okay, are actually called the pillars of the this Pancha Shield. Okay, so who are the pillars of the Pancha Shield? One is our late Prime Minister, first Prime Minister of our own country, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Then the Chinese Prime Minister of that time, again Chou En-lai, and Gamal Abdel Nasser, the Prime Minister of the Egypt, and the later he himself became the President of the Egypt also. So these 3 names, please remember, learn the spellings clearly, and don't delete from your mind. Okay, so these names are very important because they are considered as the pillars of the Pancha Shield. Now these delegates met at the conference, and they all have the same opinion, that they condemned again the colonialism and the imperialism, and emphasized that every independent country is very poor in its economical condition, financial condition, or economical system. So and in order to develop and growth and overcome all these, physical, mental, external, all these kind of crises, it is necessary for that the country have to remain in peace, and they should also at the same time, keep their eyes open to get rid of another world war, that is third world war. Okay, and the Banton conference seemed to be a very successful one, and thus it paved a way for cooperation among these newly independent countries, which later joined together and bloomed into a non-alignment movement, or in short we call it as NAM, all in capitals. So today we are going to see again who are the architects of NAM. Okay, architects of NAM. What do you mean by an architect? An architect is a person who designs a building, a complex, etc. Okay, so here who are the architects of NAM? There is a famous, proverb. When I remembered the word of architect, it came into my mind. The very famous proverb is that every man or every woman or every individual is the architect of his or her own destiny, right? Yeah. Okay, so think over this. So now let us come to the architect of NAM. Who are the important people who actually were called as the architects of NAM? Now when you see a very huge building, huge complex, of course you will be keeping in the mind that who is the person who actually designed it, who is the person who actually gave the interior, who is the person who actually made this beautiful design of building, etc. So architects have a great name, a great fame also. Okay, so and a lot of importance to them. So here we see that non-alignment movement, when it was being approved, or Pancha Shield concept was being guided, then it came into the formation of the non-alignment, and it was formally launched at the first summit held in September in 1961. Remember these years, 1961 at Belgrade in Yugoslavia. It's very important. Okay, it was attended at that time by 25 Afro-Asian and one European country. And don't forget the name of that one European country, that is C for Cyprus. Okay, so 3 Latin American countries participated, but they did not give their contribution. They remained as the observers. So you have to keep in mind that when non-alignment movement was framed initially, there were 29 countries, and it held at Belgrade in 1961 in Yugoslavia, and only one European country participated, that is none other than Cyprus. And another 3 Latin American countries also joined, but they did not contribute anything in this. Neither they became the members, they just remained as the observers. Okay, now the conference was attended by the Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, President Joseph Broz Tito of Yugoslavia, and President Nasser of Egypt. Okay, so these were the 3 people at the time who participated in this conference, and these 3 are considered as the founding fathers of the NAM. Again, so again the credit goes to India here. They are the founding fathers of the NAM. Among the other founder members of NAM were Archbishop Macarius of Cyprus, then Unu of Burma, currently it is known as Myanmar, and President Sukarno of Indonesia, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, and King Mahendra Bir Bikram Shah of Nepal. Okay, so I know it's very difficult of learning all these names, but my dear, it's their children. There is no other option. You have to remember these names. Okay. So several issues conference were discussed in this conference, related to the world peace, related to the growth of the newly independent countries, and means growth in the all sense, in all aspects, social, physical, social, mental, external growth of the country, then educational, cultural, then financial, okay, industrialization, all every aspects, agriculture, technology, every aspects are being discussed here, in this particular conference, that how one country can take a help from other country, and how they will be following or maintaining the principles of Pancha Shield, and how they will be cooperating with each other, and how they will be also standing together in the time of crisis. Okay, everything is discussed in this particular summit. And every year it was also been discussed that the NAM summits will be held after the movement was launched in 1961. And many of the time, that the foreign ambassadors or the ministers of foreign affairs are the people from India who actually participate in this NAM. But later it again changed that the prime minister himself have to participate, and many of our prime ministers earlier participated, and sometimes they have skipped also. Okay, so though general topics like world peace, non-alignment, disarmament, okay, then were also discussed at this summit, and yet they all discuss the issues and problems that each country is facing, whether it is the matters related to nature and natural environment, it is a matter related to science and technology, it's a matter related to health and sanitation, it's a matter related to communication and technology, or it's a matter related to the economical growth, financial condition, industrialization, globalization, okay, trade and commerce. So there was no culture and tradition. Okay, tourism, another important, I just skipped tourism. Okay, everything was being discussed about the countries. Today also we see that tourism is a vast network where every country gets its chance to increase its economical financial growth. Okay, because tourism is the one that gives the government a lot of money to earn for the purpose, and this money is used for the other expenditures of the country. Okay, so this is what actually the architects of the NAM, and we have seen that what are the main things or functions through this, and the most and the important function that actually the architects of NAM and all the other members of the NAM mainly focus on is to stay away from the imperialistic and colonialistic countries, that is the powerful blocs USA and USSR, and also to fight against the threat in order to maintain the world peace. Okay, so maybe because of their active participation and very uh, keen in maintaining the peace all over the world, irrespective of some small civil wars and cold wars here and there, still they have a third world war has not broke out. Okay, so with this I am winding up and signing off tonight, and sorry, today, and we will meet with the next topic tomorrow. Okay, so have a wonderful day, stay safe, stay secure, take care of yourselves, all of you, and very strictly follow all the protocols. Remember, when you are outside your house, think that you are going back to your home where you have number of people at home whose safety is your responsibility. So take care. Have a good day.